Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the long format of what if the Netherlands made an empire. So I made a short of it, but why not give them a much more powerful empire here in a longer format video. First up, they declare war on Belgium and begin to push down the Belgian coast. Along with that, they also make a spearhead towards the capital of Belgium, Brussels. They capture the city, which, yes, I know, NATO headquarters, EU headquarters. In this scenario, no more alliances, because it just makes it easier for the country to expand. Netherlands gets a new government, no alliances, unrealistic, Netherlands favor. Let's keep going, with the Belgians surrendering and the country being fully annexed by the Netherlands. With that, the Netherlands have now at least done some expanding. And honestly, Luxembourg at this point has zero chance of fighting the Netherlands, so they just agreed to surrender. And the Netherlands has now formed Benelux. How's Benelux going to expand? Same as the short, they declare war on Denmark. In real life, Denmark's already a bit weaker than the Netherlands, I believe. Here, the Netherlands has done nothing but expand, so they're even more powerful. Also, the economy of this country is already massive. It's tiny. It may look tiny because, yes, it is small, but the economy is insane. With that, they make a landing in Denmark, and after island hopping a bit, Copenhagen is captured. They make 2 pushes up the Danish coastlines, and after a tiny bit more pushing in, Denmark surrenders. Which, yes, I know it might be that island or that island. That's Danish. They're going to get it eventually, so we're just going to be ignoring that for now. As the Netherlands annex this part of Denmark, and while the peace treaty is happening, Greenland is given full autonomy, full independence. Yeah, huge country, actually under the control of Denmark, if you didn't know. So yes, I am recording at least. Yeah, that happens. With that, their next war is actually going to be one you wouldn't expect the Netherlands to do at this stage. And that's they declare war on France. They instantly begin to push into France. But hey, what do you know? The French military has quickly arrived, and the Netherlands has nowhere near the strength to beat them. What are the Netherlands going to do here? France is about to push in and capture their country. Well, they're going to call in 2 allies. Well, actually, no, that's a French island. That's Corsica. Those allies being Italy and Spain. Is it unrealistic? Yes. Is this video unrealistic? Also yes, so let's get going. With that, although the Netherlands are being pushed back heavily here in northern France, as France saw this as a stupid mistake by the Netherlands and an easy fight for them to win, which it normally would have been, Italy and Spain are allowed to begin their push. Italy instantly captures Nice, I think that's how you pronounce it, and begins to push along the French coastline, attempting to meet up with Spain. Spain does the same thing, pushing up the 2 French coastlines. They capture a few major French cities. I think it's Toulouse. Is that the one that's right there? I know a lot of French cities, but some of them, I put them in the wrong places. Let's just say that. Spain also begins to push along the French coast. Italy focuses on Corsica as Spain makes the final push to meet up and cut France off from the Mediterranean. With Italian and Spanish troops flooding into France, French troops retreat from the Benelux region, and the Netherlands are able to push back a lot, to say the least. They begin to push along the coast of France, and with an insane economy here, as I said, especially in GDP per capita and HDI, they are actually able to make a decently powerful military. Of course, nothing against the Frenches, but combine that with Spain and Italy, and you got yourself a trio that can probably beat the France. The second strongest country in Europe, by military standings that is. With that, Spain and Italy are continuing to push into southern France, but they're slowly starting to face more and more resistance as the French military begins to arrive. This pushes them back heavily. Although overall, the 2 are able to stay connected and keep a lot of the land that they have gained. With that, the French are now looking at a 2-front war, That's never good, as the Netherlands are beginning a spear towards Paris, as they are retreating from a lot of land in other parts of France to focus on this new campaign. This goes incredibly successfully, as against what most of the world expected, the Netherlands actually managed to capture Paris. May or may not be with aid from another country, but hey, they won't join in, so what does it matter? With the fall of Paris, French troops instantly redeployed to take the city back, but while France was dedicating about 20% of their military to retaking Paris, the Netherlands was able to push up and around the city a lot more than they were before. Honestly, very smart strategy by the Netherlands here. Capture big cities so that the French dedicate even more troops to taking it back, so you can push around the area. This distraction is also used for Spain and Italy to continue to push into southern France, as the two fronts finally met up. And wow, France, you haven't looked this bad since the time Germany invaded you. Second World War, pretty much in the Franco-Prussian War, they just speared towards Paris, and in the First World War, well, it was about here, but it was just a massive stalemate. But yeah, the Second Battle of Paris happens, once again ending it in a win by the Netherlands, and with Italian and Spanish troops pushing in, France is forced to surrender. We then see a split up of the country, to say the least, as France is lost, and once again, they're like some countries who fought till the day they died, and of course, the victors hated that, as they just lost more manpower and whatnot, so they decide to punish France by taking a lot of land, to say the least. Spain and Italy both take their fair share of land, while the Netherlands gets a huge chunk out of northern France. France is in the end allowed to keep their capital, but only just barely, with the Netherlands snaking around it. The Netherlands get a surprising amount of land here. Is it because this is their video? Yes. Would this happen in real life? No. Would the Netherlands be able to get Italy and Spain to help them in real life? Probably no. And would France fall that easily? Once again, probably no, but this is an unrealistic scenario in which we are helping the Netherlands get their empire, which they once did go colonial, but for this video we're going to be focusing on Europe, as I don't think they have colonial enough to the point where my thumbnail should be like this, because I would have to show the entire world if they do have their colonies. With that though, France has a new government, and Spain and Italy are friends, which means the Netherlands has all the support and supplies they could possibly need, at least for now. With that, their next war is actually going to be semi on their own, not actually on their own, but close enough, and that's going to be a declaration of war on Germany. What's their ally going to be for this one? Well, if it wasn't obvious already, it's going to be Poland, who, once again, probably wouldn't do this in real life, but the Netherlands needs an ally, so we're going to be giving them Poland. In real life, Germany would beat Poland, and Germany would, of course, beat the Netherlands. The two combined in real life would probably still be beaten by Germany, but with all this new land and power the Netherlands has, they'll be able to push into Germany. With that, they instantly begin to push out from Denmark and across the border. Same thing with Polish troops, who try and capture Berlin, although that's quickly pushed back by the Germans. They may not win this war, but they're still going to put up a fight. And in the last one, France is technically stronger than Germany, but Italy and Spain are stronger than Poland, and the Netherlands was weaker at the time. So yeah, this is going to be difficult, possible, definitely. That's a different one. With that though, Polish troops are flooding into Germany, as this is a 3-front war for Germany, which is incredibly bad. With that, it's about to turn to a 2-front with the Battle of Hamburg, ending in a Dutch victory, which is absolutely terrible for the Germans, who at this point begin something called push back as much as you can and sue for peace. You're gonna lose this war, just let them get as little land as possible. They mainly focus on doing this with Poland, although they also do it with the Netherlands as they retake Hamburg and are like, hey, I'll give you some more land than you currently have. Hey, yeah, let's do peace, and boom. Germany has now just used the strategy called get your land back, surrender. And believe it or not, it's actually going to work. The Netherlands are, of course, still going to get a very good amount of land out of Germany, but it's going to be nowhere near as much as they would have gotten. I mean, yes, they would have gotten if Germany hadn't employed this certain strategy. So yeah, let's go ahead and draw in these new German borders, which aren't going to be beautiful, but they'll work. That we actually see that Germany was able to keep the Netherlands from reconnecting, allowing them to keep Hamburg and access to the North Sea, which actually would that, I mean, obviously it's the Mediterranean, but would that count as the North? Maybe, maybe not. Poland also got a good amount of land across the border, feels me. Honestly, if I was Poland, I would not complain about this land. You're now bigger and stronger than Germany. Isn't that what you've always wanted? Yeah, pretty much, Poland. Don't complain. But hey, Germany's still a country. They weren't even puppeted. So yeah, their strategy works, but they still lose an insane amount of land to Poland and the Netherlands. Let's just go ahead and finish drawing this in. And that was the second to last war that the Netherlands will be having here, as their last one is going to be one of their most difficult, especially since their ally this time is going to be a lot weaker than the last two times. They still did gain a good amount of land and power from Germany though, and are now seen as a European power, since Germany and France are both before considered European powers, and now that they're both gone, the Netherlands has taken their place. Which, yes, you can call it, what if Benelux made an empire? Because now it is all of Benelux, but originally it was just the Netherlands, so I'm going to be giving them the title name, and that's what somebody commented, so that's what I'm going to give them. With that though, if you were wondering who this last battle is going to be, well, the Netherlands want to be the only superpower in Western Europe, and before there were 5. Germany, France, Spain, Italy, and the UK. France is gone. Spain and Italy are their allies. Germany's gone. Who's left? The United Kingdom. Also, if you haven't figured this out too, their ally is going to be Ireland. So let's go ahead and color them in as well. So yeah, this is going to be their most challenging war, not because of the country, but because, I mean, Ireland's going to help them, especially because of Scotland and Northern Ireland, who are going to kind of rebel against the UK here. Let's go ahead and get started with, as I said, Northern Ireland rising up, which leads to the region being captured. And we're going to be assuming that in this case, there are many more tensions between Scotland and England. In real life, some people have been doing it, but it's not really serious to the point where I would see a war happening, like with Scotland rising up. But we're going to be assuming that the Scottish were removed of some of their rights and that the UK has gone more militaristic and more focused on England, which is leading to the downfall of some some Scottish citizens who decide that enough is enough and rebel against the UK. If you're wondering why this is good, it's similar to my Swedish Empire. Even with a great navy, the Dutch couldn't build one strong enough to beat the UK for years, and in those years the UK would be able to militarize and maybe their timeline of opportunity would be over. So they rely on these Scottish rebellions to make a landing in the UK. This goes successfully, as all these Scottish rebellions have to do is hold their ground for a few weeks until full Dutch forces can arrive, as maybe the Dutch can't reach the English because of the channel, but the Dutch Navy is strong enough to protect their own shores. Also, you're supposed to be white. That was just annoying me. So yeah, that's just what the Dutch needed, and after being able to deploy some troops, all of Scotland is captured, which leads to a lot of the rebellion stopping. But as I said, all the Netherlands needed was this place where they could land their troops, and they can begin to push down to England. They quickly push into Wales, which is a lot less defended than the core land of England. They capture Cornwall. And yeah, this is not looking good. With London being captured, the UK surrenders. And let's take a look at this final peace treaty, as it's one that I haven't exactly done before. I normally just give Ireland Northern Ireland, Scotland gets independence, and this is all left as England and annexed by the party. But for this scenario, we are actually going to be having a bit of a Celtic union being formed up, with France still being a puppet of the Netherlands. They give over Brittany to Ireland, as it's still, as I said, they're puppet, and they can do that if they want. We also see them giving over all of Northern Ireland and a lot more land, as the Netherlands has allies in Spain and Italy, France, Germany, and Poland. But they have some enemies too over here in Russia and over here in the USA. They need to strengthen their allies as much as they can. Let's put it that way. With that, we actually see all of Cornwall also being given to this new Celtic union, along with Wales and Scotland. Now, in the peace treaty, they are forced to put English as an official language, of course, and give full rights to the English citizens there, along with everyone else, as that is exactly why they rebelled in the first place, and the Netherlands doesn't want that happening to their own ally. With that, though, there isn't much to really map out. It's just their ally gaining a ton of land and them gaining some amount of power. Which really, Ireland has just gone here from a nice, quaint little country to a pretty powerful one. A pretty dang powerful one. That is new Celtic Union. As I said, very powerful country. Especially considering it used to just be Ireland. Yeah, pretty powerful. Never done that before, I'd say. Went well. So yeah, this is a new Dutch Empire. It consists of a lot of land from a lot of countries, and they're now seen as the sole greatest superpower of Western Europe, which was their goal, and every other semi-power is their ally or their puppet. I hope you guys enjoyed, and although they could expand a bit more, I'll see you all next time. Bye.